please silence your mobile electronic devices.
Welcome to the stage, your MC for this evening, Eric Coyne.
And now, the Community Kitchen's Chef's Challenge.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Chef's Challenge to support the Community Kitchen. Give yourselves all a round of applause for being here tonight. If you want to avoid the kiss cam tonight, just raise your hand and we'll... Okay, thanks. That's the best I got. That's the best I got. Hey, we are really thankful for everyone to be here today, and I want to start off by thanking our sponsors, because without them, none of this would be possible. So our Chef de Cuisine sponsor for tonight, Community Cars of Bloomington. Our sous chef sponsors, Lauren Wood Builders, Eagles Airy 1085, Boston Scientific Corporation, Nick's English Hut, IU Credit Union, Spring Point Architects, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, and all of our other sponsors are listed in your program. So thank you very much, all of our sponsors. Now, real quick, here's how this is going to work. We've got 60 minutes for the chefs to cook. We're going to space them in 15-minute gaps. So we'll call the first chef out. He'll start cooking. 15 minutes later, the next chef, so on. And then at the end of their 60 minutes, they have 10 minutes to plate their food for the judges. So in total, it's about 70 minutes per judge, per chef. So any questions, you can holler at me during the cooking and whatnot. There'll be plenty of time for that. At this time, I would like to introduce our judges who will be overseeing what I expect to be a pretty fantastic evening. From our former One World GM, local foodie, who now writes for Bloom Magazine, Lynn Schwartzman. Corbin Morwick, executive chef at One World and two-time Chef's Challenge winner. And the venerable Stacy Strand, our program chair in hospitality and culinary programs at Ivy Tech. You know, if you work at Ivy Tech and you time it just right, you go down the halls around 3:45, 4 o'clock, there's always food to be sampled. So just you know, and free parking. All right, at this time, I would like to introduce our celebrity chef, Greg Rags Rago. Rags, come on out. Man who needs no introduction, B-Town legend and chef. Excited to be working with him this evening, owner of Nick's and Osteria Rago. So this will be exciting. We'll have a lot going on tonight with Rags. And I will now kick it to Rags to introduce our chefs.
Okay, it's my honor to introduce the chefs in today's competition for 2025 Community Kitchen Chef's Challenge. Defending champion from the Uptown Cafe, Michael Cassidy, the godfather of the restaurants here in Bloomington, the owner. Chef Adam Knopfsinger. Sous Chef Hermes Rashdi. Chef number 2 from the Story Inn in Brown County, Indiana, Michael Warden. And sous chef Joe Vincent. Come on out, guys. And chef, last but not least, chef number 3 from Indiana University Dining and former champion, Eric Bueno. And sous chef Alex Quarles. Come on, guys. This is their arena, ready for the competition. Eric?
Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, welcome to the arena. Thanks for making that long walk out here. And now head back to the green room so we can talk about you. All right, it's my pleasure now to introduce Tim Clower, the Assistant Director of Community Kitchen and our, I don't know, what do you call him, executive producer of tonight's event. He made all this happen. So welcome, Tim. You are about to hear what, we'll make sure they're in the green room. Hey guys, can you hear me?
No.
No, all right. Secret ingredient time. Secret ingredient time.
Tim is now retrieving the secret ingredient, the main crux of the biscuit, as we call it here at Chef's
It has
Challenge.
been under lock and key with our accounting agency.
I don't even know who it is. Eric doesn't know what it is. The only person who knows is this fellow right here. And now,
We're pretty certain it won't be the wrong secret ingredient this year.
beets. This reminds me back in the day, the wild beet, right, Jeff Meese? Wild beets.
All right. Beets. It is now my pleasure to reintroduce Adam Knopfsinger and his sous chef, Hermes Rashti. Adam and Hermes, you guys are welcome to look at the pantry while you're waiting. Check out what we've got. And so Adam is the executive chef at Uptown Cafe, local spot we all love, great location. We'll be celebrating their 50th anniversary here very soon. Let's give it up for Uptown Cafe. The Cassidys are down here in front, so there'll be no throwing instructions. You've got to be impartial. So there will be a 10-second countdown that will start while I'm probably in the middle of me talking, if it hasn't already. And as I said, each chef has 60 minutes to prepare their dish. So you'll soon see the 10-second countdown in front of me. And then the next chef will start 15 minutes after that. So while Adam and Hermes are getting their ingredients ready, it's a good time for me to remind you, we do have a silent auction going on in the back. Another way to raise funds. There's a ton of great items back there. The silent auction will end at 7:15, and at 6 p.m., we will do a special live auction. This is my public debut of auctioneering. We will be doing a live auction of Chef Abel private dinner. So if any of you have had that before and been able to take part in any of that, he does a phenomenal job. It's a private dinner for you and however many guests you want, and he works with you on the menu. It is a great, great treat. So Chef Abel will be joining me at 6 o'clock. Thank you very much for that. We'll be auctioning that off. So you'll hear me refer to this area as the arena tonight. We have these three chef teams are going to be battling. We figured it only appropriate to be in an arena. I will also be doing my best to channel my my inner Alton Brown as I host tonight. This is a dream come true for me. I always love overseeing and watching and judging food competitions at Ivy Tech, and now to be able to do it on this stage is really, really fantastic. So, real excited to be here with you all tonight as we get started any second. Now, here we go.
And the first chef begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may begin.
And now, as Adam gets going and gets started, it's my pleasure to introduce a little video about Adam and his culinary journey.
Adam Knopfsinger. I'm the executive chef at the Uptown Cafe.
How long have you been cooking, Adam?
I graduated culinary school in 2004, so well over 20 years by this point.
So what has had the biggest influence on your cooking over the years?
Early in my career, it was the chefs that I worked for. I mean, I went to culinary school in New York State and then went and worked in restaurants in New York City, which, you know, the level of professionalism, the level of excellence there is really outstanding. So, I mean, the chefs I worked for there, guys like Cornelius Gallagher, Daniel Boulud, were hugely influential on, how I approach the profession and the craft is, you know, as a professional. And then I've moved a lot. Ryan LaRoche, who I worked for in Chicago, or Levi Mezek, who I've worked for a couple of times. All great chefs, all offered a mentor role as far as technique and cooking skills, but then also how to be a professional, how to be a chef in the manager sense of the word as well.
Do you have a dream place that you would like to travel and cuisine that you would like to eat?
I lived in Japan for several years, so Japanese food, my mind has been blown already, you know, because just having the experience of living over there and getting to really dig pretty deeply into the cuisine and the techniques and the products there. But every time I've been back, it's just foodie, a culinarian's paradise over there. And I spent some time in Palermo and Sicily, and just like those kind of bright, vibrant flavors of the Mediterranean are super, you know, inspiring and delicious.
Do you have a favorite ingredient currently that you like to work with?
You know, the local products start to percolate in the spring, but it really kicks off in the summer, and you've got the farmers market in full swing, products coming closer to home. You know, you're getting things from maybe Michigan or hopefully Indiana or the Midwest, as opposed to California or in complete off season, you know, if you have to get things from South America or whatever. So just what's coming in fresh now, you know, we're kind of starting to get into tomatoes, getting into stone fruit, things like that. It's, you know, just cooking seasonally is a lot of fun.
So you won last year, you're defending the title as your second year in the competition. How are you going to approach the competition this year?
You know, because obviously it's going to be something seasonal, it's going to be something local. So just sketching out a rough idea of what those options are likely to be. A dish that is suitable for a fig is also going to probably be suitable for a peach, is also going to be suitable for, you know, another sweet fruit, so, you know, a plum or an apricot or whatever. So, you know, kind of figuring out, getting a rough framework for a certain type of product, and then just having that at the ready to then walk in and execute. But of course, just like last year, you got to be ready to, you know, to improvise and make changes on the fly. So, you know, depending on the condition of, you know, the pantry ingredients that are available, or what's in the coolers, and how, you know, how the products look. And so it's you know, you make a pretty complete plan, but then, you know, 30% of that goes out the window in the first 10 minutes. So
what style of food do you have at your restaurant, and do you have any favorite dishes?
It's our kind of Hoosier interpretation of what, you know, Creole and Cajun cuisine is. As far as favorite dishes, I really like our gumbo yaya. That's a dish that I kind of reworked our gumbo a little bit after going to New Orleans a couple of times and tasting what the gumbos are like now, because it's evolved, and gumbos look and taste different than they did 30 years ago when Michael was kind of, you know, putting in place a lot of his recipes. So that's one that I like eating it, and I'm kind of proud because I feel like it reflects the style of gumbo that people are eating in New Orleans more now. We do a lot of weekly specials that are great, you know, and I love these classic New Orleans dishes, you know, the walleye meuniere or a smothered pork shank, things like that. I mean, it's, you know, it's some of those dishes are a little bit rib sticky for the weather we're having right now, but at the end of the day, those are the ones that when I taste, I say, you know, you can taste the care, you can taste what I like to think is a good respect for the traditions of New Orleans.
That's great. Good luck, Adam. Great video. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Give him some early cheers as he figures out his menu and what he's going to prepare. He's over there writing away. All right, at this time, I want to chat a little bit about the silent auction. And you guys see it all in the back there. I see a number of people have perused the table. It's also in your program, some of the different items we have. So please take a look at that and look down those lists. There's a lot of great items, and obviously all of the funds go to benefit Community Kitchen and the great mission that they have. So just real quick, while we're waiting and you're contemplating what bids you're going to make on the silent auction, I just want to remind you that will end at 7:15, and so don't delay. Get out there and write your name down, and then you spend the rest of the night watching the table to see who wrote their name after yours, so that you can go knock them out, whatever. I know how this works. So have fun, enjoy. We'd like to see some bidding wars going on back there. I would also like to take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to some of the folks that make this possible, particularly Mickey here, Mickey Flower, Mickey Bryan. I saw you walking around the other back there. Mickey, thank you for what you do in the Community Kitchen. Tim's floating around, he's organizing chefs and organizing backstage, but Tim, thank you very much. I'd also like to give a big thanks to Joe Throckmorton and Kayla Throckmorton from Joe Throckmorton Filmworks and Arcade Rock Films for all the work you see going on around the atmosphere piece. I feel super cool. That is thanks to them. So thanks for all the work you guys do. There's a whole list of things in your program, but Kyla, thanks also for the posters and Bob, my friend, for putting those together. So thank you very much. Now, here very shortly, we will be introducing guest number 2. We got people. We got a minute or so, and then we'll let it hang out with our next chef. Hope you're enjoying your salads. You notice the surprise ingredient? Anyone figure that out yet? Has anyone figured that out yet? All right, hold on. A+ to you. How are our judges doing over there? Yeah, thumbs up. All right. Are you weighing your palate with the tasty one? Yeah. And wait, did I say Schwartzman earlier? I meant Schwartzman. Sorry. Just dawned on me. I may have introduced you as Lynn Schwartzman. I know Ed probably is wondering, hey, what? If I did, I don't know if I did. If I did, I'm high five. Anybody out there have a favorite deep dish that they're excited about? Maybe a borscht? Look for some cold soup tonight? Galen said that's one of his favorites. He's like, I love it every year when we bring that back out there. You know, interesting thing about these, you can't eat too many of them. They're high in
that. So we got a couple different twists to the competition this year. We have a new room, new kitchen, a couple new chefs, and we have to really wash our secret ingredient. So for now, that's what we're doing. Not really much more to progress at this point because we really haven't started to much cook now. So anyway, back to you, Eric. Thank you.
Thanks, Rag. You can just hang on to that.
Okay, great. Hey,
Here
we
we
got it
go.
worked out. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Thanks for that update, Rags. All right, here we've got 2 minutes, and then we are going to reintroduce chef number 2. So enjoy your salads, and we're going to go peruse. I think I'm going to go peruse the auction items. I don't think there's any prohibition on the MC signing up for stuff, so I don't know. If there was, I make the rules now, so I've got the microphone. But yeah, it's really interesting, Rags, on the dirty beats.
Yeah, the dirty
'Cause,
beats.
I've laid down some dirty beats in my day.
I know, dirty beats, dirty feet.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone? Yeah.
But it'll be really good, I'll tell you that. But it is really different because it's one of those things you guys don't think about being a chef up here. These guys probably had to prep for Taste of Bloomington and their regular clientele and whatnot. Then you have this competition. It's a great competition for a community kitchen. It's a fundraiser. But these guys, they are true professionals. They do this for a living, so they do get butterflies. And, you know, they're in front of a lovely audience like you. Usually we're back in the kitchen with walls behind us and around. So, you know, being out in front of people is a little bit different. So these guys, we really appreciate them coming out here and doing this. We appreciate you guys spending the money and your time to come down and support Community Kitchen.
All right. Thank you very much, Rags. Yeah, Rags mentioned Taste of Bloomington. Anybody out there yesterday? One of the 8 gajillion people joined me out there. Thank you for not elbowing me. Thank you.
Never seen Spencer.
It was an awesome event. If you weren't able to get out there, I
Awesome.
recommend check out Facebook and all the pictures. I've never seen Kirkwood so packed. It was awesome.
Never. Not in 50 years I've been on Kirkwood. That's the most people I've ever seen down there. It was great. Weather was perfect. It was a fantastic event. It was fantastic.
So congrats to all the Taste of Bloomington participants and organizers. It was awesome.
Yeah, this takes a lot of knife work. He's got the flank steak going, so you really got to take that extra silver skin and fat off of there. So this is the prep in this year's competition. I think it's a little more accelerated than it has been in the past, and I've done most of these, so I'm pretty good at it. Even though I'm getting older, I forget a few things, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of prep to get this just right. And, you know, the stuff that they'll make is unbelievable that they can do in 60 minutes in front of all you people. So I'm glad you're here to enjoy this.
The next chef will begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring him out.
It is my pleasure to reintroduce Chef Michael Warden and his sous chef, Joe Vincent. All right, guys, you are ready to go. Get after it. Over here. So we are going to go ahead, Chef Warden, and we're going to get you started now. So go ahead. Chef Warden is formerly of the Story Inn, and we are excited to have him here with us today. And so, without delay, I'm going to introduce his video, and we are going to learn a little bit more about him as he peruses the pantry and gets ready to start cooking.
We're here at Story Inn. I'm Mike Warden. Call me Chef Metro. Metro is my nickname.
What style of food service do you have here at Story Inn?
I wouldn't quite call us fine dining, but we're elevated casual dining is what I would call it. I try to do like a fine dining spin on like country style cooking.
How long have you been cooking?
I started my first job was at McDonald's when I was 16. So just shy of 20 years now I've been cooking. I've worked in all sorts of different places. Been sushi chef. I was a butcher at a grocery store for a little bit. I've been a baker. I've been pretty much anything, you know, from the bottom to the top. I've done just about almost everything.
What has had the biggest influence on your cooking?
I think for me, it was that early 2000s wave of when the Food Network channel came out. It's kind of corny, but like we watched like The Good Eats, Alton Brown. That was a big influence on me. I was the science guy, you know, in high school, and I loved math and science. I took every math class in my high school, and we did, you know, Good Eats. He just break down the science of like what's happening and the chemistry, and you know, I'd take that and experiment. And my dad was pretty supportive of me in that way. Like he'd just give me money, go to the grocery store, and I was like cooking dinner because it was just me and him at the time.
Do you have a dream place that you would like to travel and eat?
I love, you know, Italian food, so Italy would be the spot for me. My grandfather's Sicilian, like from Sicilian. You know, he moved here in the like 40s, so. And that was a big part growing up is, you know, we had every Sunday we'd get together, have a big family dinner.
Favorite ingredient that you currently or have always liked to work with?
Right now I've been working with saffron a lot. I'm trying to do like weird stuff with saffron. Working on it, like trying to do like a saffron ice cream, I think would be cool, but it's in my risotto and it's fantastic. And it's like that, like, it's almost like butter without butter. And so a lot of stuff, if I make a vegan dish, I'll just sneak it in there because it tastes like kind of like butter a little bit. And people be like, man, I can't believe this is a vegan dish. You're like, yeah, it's like, you know, just a couple strands of saffron in there. It makes a huge difference.
So this is your first time in the competition. What's your approach?
I have some stiff competition, so I'm just gonna try to knock it out of the park and do something. I'm very good at working on my feet, so I'm gonna try to do something weird and just wow the judges with my creativity, because I think that's my best quality. You know, these two guys, they're crazy good, and they're probably gonna stick to the script with their stuff, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna try to knock something, you know, out of left field.
All right, good luck, Metro. Rags, over to you. Let's get an update on how Adam's doing over there, him and Hermes.
Yeah, we're going to marinate some flank steak. So he's cleaning off the silver skin and fat and going to cut it up a little bit and then marinate it in some vinegar, probably a little bit of a citrus, maybe a little bit of sugar. With the beets, he's going to accompany some freshly sliced Brussels sprouts with the beets. So it'll be a little saute with that also. So it'd be nice to see what kind of flavor profile on that. That sounds like a great combination. So one of the keys to this competition is have everything ready to go. So the seasoned veteran already had his water going over here because he's probably going to be blanching a few things. So that is a huge factor. So you get your water boiling. So he's got everything ready going, and Hermes is going to town with the beets. He's not wasting anything. He's chopping the tops and the greens also. So we're using the meat of the beet, so to speak, and also the greens, because the greens have a great flavor and a great profile and texture. So you just have to treat them correctly. And so like I said, it's a tremendous part of the competition here because you have to prep not only the beet itself, but also the greens on the bottom. So think about that when you guys go to the farmer's market and whatnot. Don't waste those tops. They're great in the salad or in the saute, depending on which one they are. So if you're not sure, you can Google it or call me and ask me. So Anyway, yeah, we're going along here. These guys are cool as a cucumber over here. I mean, they've done this stuff before. Like I say, the competition in front of all you people, you know, is a little different, but these guys do it every day in the back, and sweat it away in the kitchens of cafe. So anyway, that's where we're at. Any questions, Eric? You want to know
No,
anything?
thanks, Rags. I was in the back watching them clean the beets a minute ago, and I thought, you know what I need? I need a sous chef.
Yeah, there you go.
I need
Clean
a
your
sous
beets.
chef. So I'm going to see if Joe's available.
Yeah, they'd be good at that. Okay, go ahead, Eric. Thank you very much.
All right, it's my pleasure now to reintroduce our third team chef Eric Bueno and his sous chef Alex Quarles. Come on out, fellas. All right, guys, you are going to stand by. You're welcome to peruse our food pantry over here. You can see what items you might want, but you can't start cooking yet. We'll have a 10-second countdown here in a second before you guys can start cooking, but feel free to peruse the pantry. Yeah, so Eric recently moved over to IU Catering. You'll hear more about that in his video. He's got a pretty big job keeping students fed. I've got 2 college kids at home. I know what a traumatic event that can be trying to feed them, so. So Metro's getting set up over there, Rags. It looks like things are starting to shape up a little bit.
It's shaping up. It's the competition down here is incredible. It's hot. It's sweaty. These guys are ready to duke it out. Over here, we're going with a little different prep. We're going with marinated pork and a beef salad. So we're going more fresh ingredient over here with the marinated pork and a little more of a salad. So, but like this, he's doing also, Mike. He's on it, man. He's like having a great time here. Ready to throw some food together for us here for Community Kitchen. We got steam going off over here in the Uptown Kitchen. My goodness, I can't see. It's crazy. Once again, both chefs back in the commissary back here, cleaning away on the beets. Like I said, this is a big competition. The judges do not want to taste any grit in their salads or in their entrees with this beet. So this is big, man. These guys really got to clean those beets.
All right, folks, now's a great time to watch our chefs and see what our chefs are up to. I know, take a look at our judges. Watch how intently they're watching the prep. Remember, part of the scoring is food preparation. There's techniques, there's cleanliness, all of those go into play here. So take a look at our chefs and kind of watch and see what they're doing and how they're setting everything up, and you can get a sense of what a professional kitchen looks like and how they really are going to make magic in just 60 minutes. So I'm okay. All right, our chefs are cooking away. We'll be starting our countdown here for Team 3 shortly. And don't forget, they're prepping food for 100. They're one dish. All right. We ready for the 10-second countdown? Team 3, are you ready? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team 3 can start cooking. Good luck, Eric. All right. Hey, you may have noticed we had a little slight technical hiccup with Team 2's start. So they lost their 5-minute prep time that all the other teams got. So we've added 5 more minutes back to their time. So if you're wondering, hey, why did they get 5 more minutes? That's why. So Metro, you got 5 extra minutes. You're welcome. And now I want to tee up a video of Eric Bueno, chef from IU Catering, to explain a little bit more about his background and his philosophy.
I'm Eric Bueno. I have taken over the chef de cuisine position at Indiana Memorial Union, overseeing the catering department and all the concepts here inside the building. A definitely new environment for me, coming from a very small restaurant to such a big operation. It's a good learning curve and good experience.
So what style of food service would you say you have here?
So here in the IMU alone, we cater to a wide demographic. We have a hotel, we do a lot of conferences, so we have places like this, the Vault, where hotel guests can come and hang out after whatever their meeting was or event was. At the same time, we're still catering to the students as well. So there's some concepts upstairs that are more of the cafeteria style. And then the one I'm focusing on the most is the catering department, which is, a wide array of clients and different menus and a lot of fun stuff.
How long have you been cooking?
I try to think back, and officially it's going on, 18 years or so. I think my first official job was in high school, just working fast food after baseball practice. The more I think about it, it kind of goes back further with my home life, and my mom and my grandparents were kind of in the restaurant business, and I just kind of grew up in it.
So what has had the biggest influence on your cooking and your style?
I was just, low experience, low training. I just kind of desired more. I would just spitball and do fancy plates just at the bar I was working at, and that just kind of morphed, and I would do, turned into, I would cook for the employees of the month. And then, as I started to look for a better job and found Feast, I think it was just a good situation where I was able to grow and learn. Certainly made some mistakes, but learn from the people around me, learn from the books I read and the stuff I started seeing online.
Do you have a dream place to travel and eat, a certain type of cuisine?
It definitely morphs almost day to day. I'll wake up and kind of have this craving or feeling or just curiosity. And then I'll try to run with that and study up on it and do some research. And, that is, I've circled back in the past to kind of my, small cultural background where, I'm half Hispanic. My stepdad moved over here from Nepal. So I just recently took a trip to Mexico for the first time. So I got to see a little bit of that authenticity there. And so the next place on my mind is going over to India and Nepal and seeing some of those cultures and how they're cooking, how they're eating, and kind of tie that into what I already know.
Do you have a favorite ingredient you like to work with?
The short answer is it circles back to stuff I haven't tried. If there's something I see and I'm like, I haven't made that or I haven't tasted that, I tend to gravitate towards that, and not because I need to further for my job. It's just like a general curiosity. Okay, can I get this under my belt? What's that looking like? As I have, grown older, as we all do, some things maybe it's a little simpler at home, just, dealing with a new job, new responsibilities, trying to get that balance in there. But I'm still always drawn back to just new techniques. What can I learn? What can I teach myself?
So what is your approach in preparing for the competition?
Having kind of a template of what we're going to do, what your strengths are. We're going to look at that for myself and sous chef. And then really the blueprint is just have fun. At the end of the day, just go out there and do what you like doing, what you're good at, and hope for the best.
Now I'm going to kick it over to Rags, and we're going to get a quick update on team number 1 and team number 2. I don't know if team number 1 is trying to suck up to me, because Spätzle is like one of my favorite things. So
I know.
There we go. As a good German boy.
I think they read your profile. You know what I mean? And that's why I was just telling Armez, this over here. To make Spätzle, not everybody can do that. You got to make the batter right. They flavored up with some dill and some probably salt, a little bit of pepper. And what you got to do, you have to cook it the right amount of time in the boiling water, because you want it al dente. It's like making fresh pasta, but even a little bit more delicate because you're doing it live in front of you people. And after he cooks it for a couple minutes, you got to throw it in an ice bath. So there's a lot of technique going on here that we see, in competitions on cable and streaming and whatnot. This is live right in front of you here. And you guys paid good money for it. I hope you're getting entertained. This is fantastic. The other good thing about Chef One over here, it's really starting to smell great over here. This marinade is fantastic. You can smell that balsamic, some thyme, some garlic. They're really getting at it over here.
Hey, Rags, it'd be okay. Hey, folks, it's okay if you want to come up and see what they're doing, take some photos, that kind of stuff.
Wander around. Yeah,
wander around. Come on up.
If you don't want to get too close, because these guys
go in
selfie
with
out,
me,
so, right.
just, let me know.
Just don't crowd around too much. These guys are going in and out to the pantry. But yeah, they'd love that. They love this kind of stuff. Okay, Michael here. We're going to town on this pork loin. He's slaving away, so all you guys get your own very well done portion of pork loin here. He's getting crazy with this risotto over here. That's why he's got this boiling water going on. I don't know if you guys can smell that, but you watch his profile and his little video, he's a saffron freak. He's got saffron in with some coconut milk, some chicken broth, some sage. This guy's got going on. He's throwing some crazy flavors in there. He's got a twist I'm sure everybody's going to really enjoy. I said this competition, especially with this, with the using of the beet, there's a lot of meticulous prep going on. And so the presentation of the food, the taste of the food, the feel of the food is very important because this is really meticulous secret ingredient to use. They're going at it over here, and this marinade is more of an Asian flavor. We got some ginger going on, some garlic. So I think we got Spetzel over there in booth 1. We got risotto going over. Can you hear me? Risotto going in booth number 2. I'm really not sure going on here booth number 3, but I'll reveal that to you here in the next few minutes. Eric?
I think that Eric is going to his roots a little bit with some of those ingredients I saw when I peeked into his pantry items.
Uh-oh.
Hey, folks, now it's high time. We're going to learn about our secret ingredients. So learn a little bit more about our secret ingredients. So we're going to cue the video now and learn about beets.
Oh, man.
I'm Lynn Schwartzberg, one of your judges this evening, and we're here to talk about the secret ingredient, beets. Now, beets have an interesting history. They go back to ancient times, started in the Mediterranean, and they were actually a sea plant that grew along the shorelines. They were known as sea beets. When they were first cultivated, they were actually cultivated for their leaves, which were thought to have nutritional and medicinal qualities. And it was the Romans who first cultivated beets for the root itself. Now, beets are interesting because they're able to be grown across the season, even into the wintertime. And most beets are grown for sugar. Once it was found out their high sugar content, they became one of the largest sources of sugar production in the world. Beets are long considered to be an aphrodisiac. In fact, if you read about Aphrodite, she ate beets to give her that amorous quality. There are frescoes at Pompeii of beets, again, because of their aphrodisiac quality. Beets are very, very high in folate, vitamin C, and fiber. They also can have some adverse effects if you eat too many beets. So a portion of about a cup per day is the maximum that is considered healthy. Too many beets can cause outbreaks of gout, which affects a lot of people. And also, if you're diabetic, you have to be really careful about your sugar intake and keep away from those beets. Now, we know that in Russia, borscht is a very, very popular dish made from beets. Back in the early 2000s, 90s, in this country, beets became a very trendy vegetable, and I remember beet Napoleons with goat cheese and beets and salads, and they became very chic. It's going to be so interesting to see tonight what our 3 amazing chefs do with this earthy, gorgeous red vegetable, beets.
Let's give it up for beets, our secret ingredient, beets. So they're having a moment. They're having a moment.
We got the beat, baby. Let's go.
We got the beat, Rags. We got the beat. All right, Rags. Hey, let's get an update on Eric and Joe. What do they got going on over there?
They've got something totally different going on. See, the thing is, they had no idea what these other people were doing, so it's kind of amazing the kind of idea he came up with. Over here, we're doing a chicken curry. So we got beef on one corner, pork in the middle, chicken on the end. He's doing more of an Indian type thing. We're doing a beet yogurt naan. So he's keeping his fingers crossed that that naan rises just right. Yeah, he's laying on the line, isn't he? So we have spetzel on the one side, risotto in the middle, and naan on the end. So we have 3 very diverse dishes going on here. And knowing the creativity of Eric and the kind of brain that he goes with, he's also going for a crazy texture and a crazy color. He's doing that beet to make that non-purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors. I'm sure all of you love purple also. So anyway, that's where we're going. I mean, he's using every part of the secret ingredient. He's making a naan out of the secret ingredient, and no telling what else to do with that secret ingredient. So anyway, we got chicken on the one side, pork in the middle, beef on the end. Everybody's using beets in a lot of different ways, a lot of different flavors.
Thanks, Rags.
You got it, Eric.
Pretty exciting.
Oh, I'm very
All right,
excited.
while the chefs cook a little bit, how about we auction off dinner cooked by Chef Abel, a private dinner for you. So, all right, I know everybody's watching the chef.
Where is Abel? Here he comes. There's Abel.
Here's Chef Abel. All right. He's worth more. All right. Last year we raised $3,200 for dinner with Chef Abel. I understand. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting hand signals. $3,200. No, $32,000 for Chef Abel's dinner. For one dinner, Chef Abel's dinner was $32,000. No, wait, hold on. What are you saying to me, Vicky?
Good. Let me see what time we got.
I don't know. 2, 1, 0, 0. $2,100. Last year, I can do math. Last year, we raised $2,100 for dinner with Chef Abel, private dinner. But I think we can do better this year. So we're going to start the bidding at $1,000. Private dinner. Chef Abel comes into your house. He does whatever menu you want, or he meets you wherever you want to go. He told me, where'd you go? Where'd you go? You did like a hot dog. Twin Lakes. Out at Twin Lakes, they did like a big, huge picnic thing one year. So they'll do everything from that to a private dinner for anniversaries, birthdays, you name it, just special occasions, or just because, you know, you want to help the community kitchen out, and Chef Abel's volunteered his time. Rag, please.
Can I throw something at you?
Please throw something at me.
Yes, I was at Abel's. He catered from last year's auction. I was at the event, and it was awesome. I mean, everything was top of the line. Presentation was beautiful. I had a great time. Outdoor venue. He's worth every penny. Trust me, this guy knows what he's doing. Just want to throw that out there. Get a little extra money. There you go. Sure thing.
All right. So let's start the bid. So it's a little bit on the honor code here because we don't have paddles or anything. So if you want to like hold your, wave your hand, drop a beat, something like that. Ba-dum-bump. Thank you. And that way I'll know. So let's start the bidding at $1,000. Who's got $1,000 for private dinner with Chef Abel? Come on. There we go. We got $1,000. Thank you very much. Who's got $1,250? Who's got $1,250? $1,250 for dinner with catered by Chef Abel. I got $1,000. You don't want me to do this. You guys don't want me to go down this road, do you? I got $1,000. Here, $1,250. $1,250 dinner with Chef Abel. Chef Abel, come into your house. He'll cook you an amazing dinner. All right. What do we got? Thanks. I'll keep it up. Don't lose it. I will not give up my day job. All right, we're at $1,250. We got $1,000. I'm looking for $1,250. Who's got $1,250? Chef Abel, come into your house. Cook your dinner. What's up? Jeff? Chef Meese. $1,500. $1,500. We now are up to $1,500. Thank you, Chef Meese. $1,500. I got $1,500. I got $1,750. I got $1,750. Do I hear $2,000? Do I hear $2,000? Do I hear $2,000? Wait, we got to negotiate over here. You can do $2,000. You're good for $2,000? We're good for $2,000. I get up to $2,250 and we'll beat last year's record. $2,250. We're at $2,250. All right, we got $2,250. I got $2,500. $2,500. I got to come back for some more negotiations. $2,500. We're at $2,500. Chef Meese. All right, there we go. Do I hear $2,750? Do I hear $2,750? Anyone? Chef Abel, look at him. Look, he's ready. He's ready. He wore his chef coat here today. He is ready to go. We're at $2,500. Do I got $2,750? $2,750. 26. I hear 26. We are at $2,600. All right, Chef Meese, we're back. We're back over here. I'm wandering back to this corner. How many people? A great question. I asked this question earlier, and Chef Abel said, it's really up to you. he gets a lot of the food donated. He's able to really leverage and make this money go a long, long way. Uh-oh, here we go. Yes, this is what we were looking for, folks. We are in the arena. We are in the arena. All right, here we go. We're at 20, we're at 26. 3,000, we are at $3,000. Dinner with Chef Abel. $3,000. We got 32.50, 31, 31? No. All right, we're at $3,000. Anyone out here? 3,100? 3,100? Last chance. Last chance. We're at 3,000. 3,000 going once. Going twice. We're negotiating. 30,000 going once. Going twice. Hold on, we're still in negotiations. Need a mediator? We need a mediator? All right. All right. Sold to Chef Mies. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chef Abel. Thank you, Chef Mies. $3,000. Thank you, Chancellor. Yeah, you bet. Chef number 1 has 10 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Let's hear it for Adam and Hermes. Things are moving. Steaks are cooking. Oh, man, it does smell great over here.
It does. It's crunch time for these guys. I'm leaving them alone. I'm staying their way. 10 minutes, man, ready to play. No, it doesn't smell great down here. This is the best part of the job. Being right here, you smell this stuff. I get to taste it, too, so we're great.
Hey, so I just kind of want to give a quick rundown of, when you bought your ticket today, when you make a silent auction bid, where your money's going to, and what the community kitchen is doing for our community. Last year, we served over 300,000 meals and healthy snacks to Monroe County residents. How about that? 300,000. Let's give that up. All right. 58% of the kitchen's patrons are children. 9% are seniors. Community Kitchen provides 2 prepared meals every weekday, delivered for free by volunteers to HIV-positive residents in partnership with IU Health Bloomington's Positive Link program. Community Kitchen also provides meals to seniors. They feed children through the Boys and Girls Club partnership, Girls Inc., and the Child Care program at Middleway House. Community Kitchen also provides backpacks of weekend food supplies to over 550 children at 25 local schools during the school year and to about 135 children in low-income neighborhoods throughout the summer. The kitchen delivers lunch to children in 10 low-income neighborhoods each summer while school is out. And Community Kitchen provides warm dinners from the food truck at mobile sites, serving Ellettsville 3 days a week and Bloomington 3 days a week. How about that? Let's give it up to Vicki and her team for all they do for our community. And they stretch every dollar. So thank you so much. They're able to leverage donations. They're able to leverage commitments from community partners. So thank you so much for all you guys do. All right. We are going to take I am going to take a slight break while we have how many minutes? What do we got here? What's on the timer? What do we got? 7:54 for Chef Adam. So he and Hermes are going to just crush it here in the last 7.5 minutes. And we're just going to enjoy that, watching that, and I'm going to stop. Thanks.
Chef number 1, you have 5 minutes.
All right, Chef 1, 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
Chef number 1 has 30 seconds. Chef number 1 has 15 seconds.
All right, folks, here we're going to do a countdown. 10,
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chef 1, you are done. Congratulations, Adam. All right, chefs now have 5 minutes. So chefs will now plate. And Rags will now give us an update on how teams 2 and 3 are doing as Adam and Hermes plate their dish.
Yeah, back here, Michael, we've got some pork loin grilling on the Blackstone flat top. Got slightly marinated. He started on the, we got some beets sauteing in the cast iron skillet here. Cast iron is awesome to cook beets in. Of course, brings out really that sweetness that we have. In that beet, bring out those sugars. And then we're going with the beet salad. He's got some finely julienne pears, which is a nice product we have here. The garlic has some, the marinade he has with his pork is some ginger, garlic, a little salt, a little pepper. So we're cruising along with that. The chicken is being prepared over here by Alex. Looks like we have chicken thighs, and the naan looks like it's coming along pretty well. We're grating through just some fresh tomatoes and a couple other things here I think he's making for his salad. We've got some aromatics being sauteed off. We have some nice onions going on, and some really good Indian flavors happening over here with Eric Bueno and Alex. They came well prepared. They have a couple big rondos over here they're sauteing, but those big, round, flat pans that you see in restaurants and hopefully at home. But he's really utilizing some excellent, he's got more of a pestle going on. He's using the tops of the greens also, or the tops of the beets, using their greens for a wonderful little salad. So 3 totally different flavor profiles, 3 totally different aromas going on back here. And the flavors will be awesome, I'm sure, and all of you will get to taste. I think it's the first year we've had where everybody gets to taste a little bit of everything. That's awesome. So, and we love everybody for the great camera work that we're providing here. The roving reporter and the roving camera just brings it to your home in living color, as we used to say. Got a wonderful rare, medium rare on this flank steak happening in the presentation we have for Chef Adam from the Uptown. So we're different stages here. We're starting to get it he's coming together over here in table number 2 with our dish. Michael Warden has that, and over here at Eric Bueno and Alex are cruising along with their great Indian flavors that we're putting together. We have the beets, we have the beet greens, we have a great chicken, a marinated chicken, we have the naan happening. So there's a lot of stuff going on here and a lot of flavors, Eric, so we're coming along. It's awesome, yeah. The plating going on with Chef number 1 will be really interesting to see.
It's gorgeous.
How many minutes together?
All right, folks, you got about 30 seconds. Adam. Got about 30 seconds to get things ready and moving. All right, 3 minutes left on plating, Chef Adam. 3 minutes. One more minute on the plating. One more minute. It looks beautiful. All right, gentlemen, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. If you're ready, we can go. All right, let's go. All right, they're ready. So we're going to clear a path, and you can, Chef Adam, you can carry your plated dishes over to our esteemed judges. They are over there esteeming right now, waiting for you. Rags, I'll kick it over to you to chat with the judges.
I'm heading that way.
There's only 3 judges, but there's a 4th MC who will gladly eat your food. All right, folks, let's keep an eye over at the judges' table. Chef Adam has just delivered his dish, and we will now get some feedback from them. Hey, by the way, while we're waiting for the judges to jump into the dish and what they want to talk about, I want to remind you the silent auction is still open. There was a number of items that hadn't even been bid on yet. Those prices have been reduced. The starting prices have been reduced. So go back out there and take another look. All right, Rags, over to you.
Chef Adam's going to go through his wonderful dish he made here. We'll do a quick explanation, and we're going to have a little question and answer going on after that, so we can get a little clarification what we have going. So, Adam.
All right, folks. Chef Adam's about to explain his dish, one of the 3 dishes you will hear about tonight. So, Chef Adam, take it away. Oh, hold on. Microphone check. Check. Drop a beat.
Is this better? Should I just speak into Rags? Okay. So we've got a roasted beef flank steak.
Uh-oh. I think the lapel mic and the hand mic are...
Roasted beef flank steak, a little spetzel, beets 3 ways. We've got the greens sauteed. We've got a dice of the root that is also sauteed, and then a little pickled slice. And then for garnish, we've got some pickled mustard seeds, a little pop of texture and a little bit of acid. So please enjoy. A little bit of the there's a little bit of the pickling liquid from The sliced beets, again, acid, a little sweetness. So enjoy.
We're going to give them a second to taste a little bit, and they're going to maybe a couple more questions.
All right, here we go. Here, let's hear what they're talking about here. Here, Chef Strand, what, you got any comments? We're going to use it. Oh, you haven't tasted yet. All right, well, what do you think about its presentation?
No, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Beets 3 ways, beautiful. Yeah, that's all I can say.
All right, beets are stealing the show. All right, thank you.
So good. Amazing.
Chef Adam, you got anything else you want to add about your dish?
Anybody want to add anything?
It's fantastic. Thanks, Chef. I like the 3 different uses of the beet here, and excellent pop of flavor from the mustard seeds as well. I like that garnish.
I think the use of the beet greens speaks to ingredient utilization, which I really appreciate. Plus, the flavor is just extraordinary with the spätzle and the very, very rich beef. That brightness of the greens really pulls through.
Spätzle cooked perfectly. So good, so al dente.
Chef Strand, can you say that again? We couldn't quite hear you. What? Sorry.
Spätzle, perfect.
Love hearing that.
All right. We'll let Chef Adam get back to work. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks. Big round of applause for Chef Adam and Hermes. All right, we got seven minutes to go for chef number 2, Michael and Joe. They are cooking. I just told him he had 10 minutes a few minutes ago, and he said, we are right on time. So I love that. Love that. Confidence in the arena. Pork is looking good. Hey, we got our One World Catering team over here. How about a big round of applause for them? Take a bow, wave, everybody wave, take a bow. Thank you so much, appreciate it. You're at like 75% of the events I attend, so thank you in advance, and thank you for the past. Well, it would appear the dessert table has opened up. Don't forget your MC. Don't forget your MC and volunteers who need to come through too.
We got a good shot of the purple naan going on over here.
All right, folks, I'm back here at the silent auction table. Remember, bidding closes at 7:15. So you got about a half hour, maybe a little longer, 35 minutes for the bidding. I see some names have come on. All right. All right. Here we go. We've got a 5-minute warning coming up. Chef Michael, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So folks, you may wonder, Chef Adam, they're still cooking. That's because they're making the dish for you guys. So they made the dish for the judges, and now they're making the dish for you guys. So there's some more cooking going on here. I did get one request from the audience for a close-up on the plated dishes when they're complete. And I did remind that table, you will get this up close and personal here very soon, so stand by.
Yeah, that's another unique part of this competition because they're not only plating for the judges where they're getting the points from, they're also plating up for you guys. They're working hard for you. So, I mean, it's two different phases of the whole operation. The first one's really for show. This next one's to go. So it's all for you guys.
Two-minute warning, 2-minute warning. Metro, this is your 2-minute warning. And remember, Chef, after your time is up, you have 10 minutes to plate. So you've got about one more minute to finish cooking, and then you have 10 minutes to plate your dishes for the judges. For the judges. Thirty seconds. 30 seconds. All right, folks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Utensils down. Well done, Metro. Well done. All right. Plate what you got. You got 10 minutes now to plate. 10 minutes to plate. Hey, Rags, let's, what are we doing over here? What's Eric got going on over here?
He's got
it smells good.
I know, he's got some serious yogurt happening and naans coming together. They sauteed those aromatics off just wonderfully. And now he's adding this coconut milk and a couple other things too. He's got the greens in there and looks like garam masala in there also. Yeah, he's doing just an awesome curry over here. It smells wonderful because it's extremely exotic. The other ones are exotic also, but over here we have more exotic flavors and aromas. So the more of that Indian, we got stuff going on over here. Now, we got Chef Michael plating up over here, and it looks great. He's got some extra food too, so don't worry, you guys aren't gonna go away hungry. We got plenty of food up here. Eric, you got an extra portion for you too.
Yeah, sweet.
I know that.
I was worried I wasn't going to get to eat tonight, but I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay.
I think you're in good company here. Got great caramelization going on these chicken thighs going on the Blackstone over here. Chef Alex is checking temperature, which is also very important. So these guys have all your bases covered. They're clean, they're competent, they're checking your temperatures out, and it tastes wonderful too.
Hey folks, just a reminder, the signature cocktail tonight out at our bar is an old fashioned. So knock yourself out, get an old fashioned. Jeff Meese just handed me a poem about the beat. So, you know, while we finish watching Metro Played Up, I figured I would read you a poem about the beat. Courtesy of author Tom Robbins. The beet is the most intense of vegetables. The radish, admittedly, is more feverish, but the fire of the radish is a cold fire. The fire of discontent, not of passion. Tomatoes are lusty enough, yet there runs through tomatoes an undercurrent of frivolity. Beets are deadly serious. Slavic peoples get their characteristics from potatoes, their smoldering inquietude from radishes, their seriousness from beets. The beet is the melancholy vegetable, the one most willing to suffer. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. The beet is the murderer returned to the scene of the crime. The beet is what happens when the cherry finishes with the carrot. The beet is the ancient ancestor of the autumn moon. Bearded, buried, all but fossilized. The dark green sails of the grounded moon boat stitched with veins of primordial plasma. The kite string that once connected the moon to the earth, now a muddy whisker drilling desperately for rubies. I hope you enjoyed the reading by Tom Robbins. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for bringing me beat poetry. Probably not what normal beat poetry is all about. All right, Metro, are you ready to go? All right, Metro is ready to go a little bit early. Here we go. Rags, escort him over to the judges.
All right.
Oh, let's clear a path, clear a path. All right, here we go.
Watch your step.
All right. See if we can get some highlights of this.
Right behind you, go ahead.
All right, Eric, you got a 5-minute warning. 5 minutes to go.
Okay, Chef Michael, why don't you give us a brief description of what you have so the judges know what they're tasting?
All right, judges, today I've prepared for you a coconut risotto with sage and saffron, a beet and pear salad, and a marinated pork loin. I marinated the pork loin in soy and rice wine vinegar and honey and a couple other things. Should be delicious. I hope you enjoy it.
So we'll let them taste a little bit. Why don't you hang right here, Chef, for a second. They're going to let them taste. They might give you a couple questions. You have a mic right there.
Chef, can you tell us your beet preparation here?
So we washed the beets, we washed the beets and we peeled them. And then we give them a quick saute, so they're hopefully on the al dente side. So you get that, open up the earthiness of the beet and the sweetness a little bit, but also still have a little bite to it for texture.
Tell me about this risotto. I'm not tasting coconut. Did you use coconut milk?
I use coconut milk, yes.
Okay.
This is a nice plate here, Chef. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love the little slaw on the top with the combination of beets and pear. It's a nice counterbalance to the richness of the risotto and the pork. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. Everything's great. Go back and get yourself played up for everybody else. Appreciate that. Let's give a big hand.
Yeah, let's give it up.
The colors up here are absolutely amazing. So thanks, everybody. Judges, enjoy. Great job. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Eric, you got 3 minutes.
Okay, he's going to throw out this naan now. He's got this nice surface floured with his naan. He's going to throw it out a little bit, get it flat. And we're cooking it on the flat grill, I believe. Is that where we're cooking the naan? Yes, we have a flat top going on his Bunsen burner over here with a little torch, so he's kind of getting a nice crust on there, trying to toast it a little bit, get that texture and flavor to it. So he's improvising a lot over here. That's worth some points. He's using his equipment he has, he's using a very creative way. I mean, have you guys, we've never had naan in our competition, have we? No.
Two-minute warning. Chef Eric, 2 minutes. 2-minute warning.
We're getting out of here.
Beet? Is that beet? Hey, Rags, is that beet naan?
Beet what?
Beet naan?
Beet gone, yeah. There's a lot of pinks and purples going on here. Whoever picked out the beet had a wonderful taste. I like the foresight here. So the one thing is this is a very brightly colored competition, and it tastes bright too. So you guys enjoying your meals so far out there? We've had a couple tastes going on. No, you guys haven't all been served. I'll shut up. You guys just wait. But the judges are really enjoying their food. They're having a great time, and it's a very serious competition. So they're taking this. They're getting very meticulous on the judging here. Remember, the points are broken down in taste, presentation, sanitation, and prep. So a lot of points to get here.
All right, 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. And then reminder, you'll have 10 minutes to plate after your 1 minute. Judges, how we doing over there? Thumbs up? All right. All right.
Okay, we're finishing up over here, Chef 3, so anticipation.
30 seconds. Oh, the first round of food is coming out to the tables.
Yeah.
All right. Chef Adam's dish is making its way out.
We're going family
We got
style.
15 seconds to go. All right, this is our last countdown. We'll get everybody to help me here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tongs down. Well done. And you got 10 minutes to plate now. 10 minutes to plate now, gentlemen. And all the other dishes are starting to make their way out, so enjoy your steak and beets three-way. And let's just not forget, you got 20 more minutes on the silent auction. The silent auction ends at 7:15. Silent auction ends at 7:15. At this time, folks, while we're waiting for them to plate up, I'd like to throw it over to the Moon Valley Farms video, learn a little bit about Moon Valley, where your beets have come from.
We're here with Alan at Moon Valley Farms.
I've lived here about 17 years. It's kind of been farming on and off, different things. Right now it's just selling at the Bloomington Farmers Market, and we're growing mostly produce and eggs. I have pork.
How many varieties of vegetables do you grow?
I'm struggling along because I have a full-time job, so it's like, you know, I'm using the silage tarps to deal with weeds after we harvest stuff. I can cover things up and make kind of stale seed beds. And then we've got, I don't know, in total production, it pushes towards the nature and stuff.
So now, in addition to growing a variety of vegetables, do you have livestock too here as well?
I had raised 9 pigs this year. There's like 130 laying hens. I moved them around out on the pasture. And then the cows, actually, I moved to a neighbor's pasture. Graze across the road with them and graze here with them. Ran out of grass.
So tell us about how beets are grown.
I use mostly, I have just a push seeder, and I have like a little, that orange thing out, it feels like a little paper pot transplanter where I can transplant crops. So the beets, I've either direct seeded them or transplanted them. It's kind of interesting. It's like dealing with weeds. If I seed them into flats, I have like 3 weeks before I have to transplant them. So it gives me that much more time to deal with weeds. And then I'll plant them out. So I grow a few different varieties. They all seem about the same to me. I've tried growing golden ones or white ones. I kind of like the traditional red beet.
Now, are they planted early in the season?
Just do successions of them. They're a pretty quick crop. They don't take like a long season to grow. I don't know what they are, maybe 60 days or something. Usually what I'll end up doing is selling them with the tops. Some people like to eat the tops, and then they'll boil or roast or whatever they want to do with the beets, steam, boil, roast, or grate them fresh and eat them in a salad that way. And then once the tops don't look nice, I take the tops off and then they'll store for months. A lot of people seem to like to make pickled beets. That's like a common thing when people are buying them at the market, I hear, you know.
So how many people work on the farm?
Well, they all work part-time, so 3.
Now, what is your beet yield?
Yeah, it all depends on how much rain we get, if I'm irrigating, if I can keep ahead of the weeds, or if the weeds end up taking over. A lot of times I'll get the bed ready, fertilize it, and then usually I'll flame weed it right before I plant it. And then as they're growing, I try to get it weeded. And then at some point, the beets get big enough, they kind of take over the bed where they suppress the weeds.
How many beets are in a bushel?
You know, 80-foot bed, maybe I could get 4 bushels or something. How many beets? They vary a lot. You get a bunch of little beets. And sometimes there's clumps of them, but if they're spaced out, then you can get really big beets, so it varies drastically, like how many beets you're gonna get out of a bed.
Is there a taste difference between a small and a large beet?
The biggest difference between the small and large is the ease of dealing with them. Like if you're gonna peel a beet, like if you boil it or something and then the skin comes off, like a baseball-sized beet, it's a lot easier to deal with than a bunch of little ones. But a lot of times people like the little ones, they'll roast them or with like potatoes, carrots, onions, garlic, whatever.
Now, how late can you harvest beets?
Probably October somewhere, you know. They don't handle frost too well, the tops, but you could, if you want to cover them, I would say somewhere the end of October. Moon Valley Farm. We're in a valley on Moon Road. It's appropriate.
All right, folks, there's about 5 minutes left in plating. But while we wait, don't forget, scan those QR codes and you can vote on the People's Choice Award. That voting will be closing here soon, like momentarily soon. So hop on the, pull out your phone, scan the QR code of your chef, and you you can award them your people's choice.
Great shots over here.
All right, now we're going to flick to the scoring video. Take a couple minutes here to explain the scoring. So without further ado, take it away.
So the scoring tonight is based on 100 points. 25 of those points are going to be based on their organization and utilization of ingredients. Cleanliness skills, restaurant skills are very, very important, and full utilization of the ingredients. We don't want to see big piles of food waste because a chef used a little piece of something. The second category is cooking skills and culinary techniques. The judges will be looking at what techniques the chefs use, whether they use a variety of techniques, braising, steaming, sautéing, grilling, for example. They're also going to look at portion size, whether they're appropriate to the dish that they're serving, things of that nature. So that's the second 25. And 50 points are going to go toward taste. And this is where it's really important. That secret ingredient has really got to shine through every other ingredient in the dish and be flavor forward and blow those judges' palates away.
All right, about 2.5 minutes left on the plating. While they wait, just a reminder, the silent auction ends in 13 minutes. Another shameless plug for the silent auction. Now's the time to run over there, figure out who your competition is. As these guys played, oh, wow. Love the use of the dishes. Gorgeous.
2 minutes left on that. But you can go early if you want. It's up to you.
Ooh, it's like a surprise. Look at that. It's like a birthday present.
I know he's done this before, you can tell.
That's awesome.
He's got the wow factor going on.
That's terrific.
Look at the judges with their rubbernecking trying to see what he's doing. Okay.
You got 1 minute on the plating. 1 minute on the plating. Everybody's super quiet right now, so I'm guessing you're enjoying your dishes. Yeah? Early results right after taking a big bite?
It's all delicious.
Awesome. 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds of plating to go. All right, Eric, you got 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deliver your dish to the judges. Congratulations. Let's give it up. Congrats, Chef Eric. All right. Follow Rags to the judging station. All right, Chef Eric and his sous chef Alex delivering their dishes. Hopefully you guys can see on the screen, they're delivering them in their bowl. Very Indian. All right, over to you, Rags.
All right, what we have here today is a loose take on a biryani, Indian rice dish, traditionally baked in clay, like a clay tandoor or something to that effect. So what I have on the bottom is saffron rice. On top of that is a beet chutney, covered with a little bit of beet raita, yogurt, raw beets. Around the edge is coconut curry with the beet greens, kind of a play on a sop. That is all topped with a beet-infused naan, and a little cilantro.
Thank you, delicious. Can you hang here a second?
Hey,
Chef Eric.
Chef Eric, how many ways did you use the beet in that?
I want to say 4 different ways. I like to use everything. The beet greens, raw beet, roasted beets. I guess that would be 3. There is beet in the naan as well, so that's my 4.
All right, thanks.
Just hang here a second. They're going to have a couple comments. You want to grab your mics, judges? There you go. Thank you.
I have a quick question. Did you finish the naan on top of the... Did I see you put the naan on there to finish?
The original plan was to somehow bake it. Of course, we can't do that here. So I've got it on the griddle, took the bottom side, and I torched the top to get the rise and the bubbles there.
Okay, so tell me about the beet hash, melange, on top of the rice?
Beet chutney.
Beet
is what I'm
chutney.
going with there.
What was that seasoned with?
So that is seasoned with an Indian 5-spice, Panch Phoron. One of my favorite blends there. So a little bit of that fried in the oil with some onion, the beets that were roasted on the griddle, and then steamed to finish.
Wow, Chef, this is really impressive. You have a lot going on here. I love the presentation. The naan bread is fantastic. I don't know how you pulled it off without using an oven, but it's impressive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. Awesome.
Let's give it up for Chef Eric. Congratulations. Hey, I want to one more time give a big shout out to all of our sponsors for this evening. If you check out in your program, you can see who they all are. And, you know, without them, we really wouldn't be able to make tonight happen, and the difference that, you know, their donations make in the community kitchen, furthering our mission and being able to help those that need a little boost. So thank you again to all of our sponsors. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Wow, that was pretty cool. All right, we got a few more minutes. We're gonna talk about how much money we raised tonight. We've got 6 minutes left on the silent auction, so now's the time to elbow whoever you need to elbow out of the way to get that filled out. You've got 2 dishes. Most of you have 2 dishes by now. Let's see, what do we got? What's our thoughts over here? Hello, kind sir.
It's all fabulous.
Fewest words ever used. Well done, well done. Thanks. Don't forget, People's Choice Award, I think, is now closed. Is it closed? Is it closed? It is closed. People's Choice Award is closed. Did you want to vote? Oh, yeah. Hey folks, for those of you that have had a chance to visit the dessert table already, which I think is most of you by looks of wandering around, you may have noticed the macarons on the table. Chef Stacy has made sure I pronounce it correctly. Those were made by 14-year-old Anthony Scott from Ellettsville. He sells his macarons at the farmer's market, so make sure you check it out, the farmer's market out in Ellettsville. All right, folks, it's my pleasure to welcome back Tim Clowers to the podium to give us the grand tally of how much money we raised tonight. Here you go, Tim.
We raised over $28,000 this evening, thanks to you. Thanks for your support. We're still tallying the silent auction items, so probably a little more than that, but thanks again for coming and thanks for the support.
Thanks, Tim. So now we're just, as we wait for the final judges tally, it would be a great time to go up. There's 3 minutes left in the silent auction. There's some people up there, vultures, if you will, who are trying to take your bid away from you. Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. Get up there. Win that silent auction. There we go. There we go. That's the spirit. Once the, now probably be a good time when you're done making your silent auction bids. After we close silent auctions, now might be a time you want to take a little comfort break because the judges are going to be tallying their votes, and then we'll reconvene. One minute on the silent auction. Very exciting, very exciting. Martha, don't push. Ow, Martha. Here we go, the last minute bidders coming in. That's right, yeah, run away with the pen, run away with the pen. Let's see, there's some good deals left here. There's some great deals in the next 30 seconds. All right, we got 10 seconds left on the silent auction. We've got two going at it over here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. JP, well done. Well done. All right, the silent auction is closed, and I feel pretty confident, folks, that tonight we will have raised well over $30,000. So thank you very much. plenty to eat. Delicious. Probably the best $100. You get amazing entertainment from your MC, plus there's some good food. All right, folks. We are ready. The moment you have all been waiting for. Welcome our chefs back into the arena. Great job today. So here's what's going to happen. The chefs are going to receive some feedback from the judges, and then we're going to hand out the People's Choice Award, and then we're going to hand out the Chef's Challenge Award. And I turn it over. Lead on.
All right, thanks, chefs. Everyone, that was a very impressive showing. We appreciate your hard work. I know how hard it is. I've done it a few times myself. First off, Chef Adam, loved your plate. I thought all the flavors complemented each other very well, and I love the presentation, and I feel like it all went extremely well together. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Chef Michael. Once again, excellent work. Love the use of the beet there in the slaw on top with the pear. I like that combination of beet and pear. That's a classic, delicious combination. The pork was very well cooked and nice and tender, had a good flavor to it. So I appreciate your dish as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And last but not least, Chef Eric. Beautiful presentation, very creative use of the beet several different ways. And I love the risk you took of making the naan bread, which turned out very well. Thank you.
Well, I thank you all as well. I know how hard it is to cook in such a hot, fast way and to pull it off, and you all pulled it off, so very impressive. Chef Adam, you always amuse me because you are so calm. We're all going, oh my God, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. And you're like, very, very cool. Plating was beautiful, as Chef Corbin said, and the utilization of the beet greens, roasting beets, and pickling beets. And I have to say, my favorite part of your dish was the very, very rich, buttery spätzle with the tang of the pickled beet and also the richness of the meat. That pickled beet really brought the whole dish together for me.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Michael, it was really, really pretty. The pork loin was a beautiful foil for that beet and pear slaw. It was really quite charming. I liked that quite a bit. I didn't pull the coconut in my taste buds, but I'm glad to know it was there because I think with the pear and the beet, it would have presented a beautiful story. And Eric, incredibly impressive presentation. Biryani is one of my favorite dishes. And the spicing is just perfect. The raita is gorgeous. Utilization of beet in 4 different ways in the dish was really quite incredible. Thank you.
Okay, Chef Adam, it is clear that you understand the ingredient, right? So the beets, the way that you knew what they were capable of doing and that you showcased that. So by pickling and roasting and using the greens and the fact that you knew not to overcook them, that you let, something so beautiful and wild and local, really, come through. It was amazing. So that was gorgeous. And I do have to mirror what was said about being so calm and clean. Like we were all just like, oh my gosh, everything was just right angles. And so it was the thing of beauty. So that was wonderful. So well done. Just A++. And Chef Michael, you guys work so well together, and it was lovely to see it. And the pairing of the beet and the pear was lovely, and the plating was lovely also, but the plate itself was just a little too small, so we couldn't appreciate it. But if it were just a little bit larger, it was kind of messy. We were all kind of like trying to keep the rice on there, but you know what? That it was very good. And then Chef Bueno, you obviously understand flavor and are so creative and inventive, and the naan was perfect. It was so chewy and flavorful, and
Chef Stacy, I don't know if you know, but anytime any of you mentions naan, you hear the crowd kind of, oh.
Why? Oh, you didn't get the naan? Oh. Oh. It was so good. I'm sorry.
That'd be a lot of naan. That'd be a lot of naan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was beets in it, and it was baked.
All right, that's good. Thanks. Next, keep going.
So no, thank you. That was gorgeous. And just the presentation, lively and, it was beautiful.
All right, thank you. Big round of applause for all of our competitors in the arena. It's now my pleasure to turn the microphone over to Tim Clowers, who will, or you can do it over there with Rags' microphone, then you're closer to the chefs, to announce the People's Choice Award winner. So without further ado, drum roll.
So this
drop
year,
a beat. Can we
chosen
drop a
by
beat?
you is the People's Choice goes to Adam Knopfsinger.
Adam. Congratulations, Adam.
And we got something to say to the crowd for their wonderful votes.
Thank you. It was a challenge, obviously. You guys saw us sweating up there. But I hope everybody enjoyed it. It's tough to cook for 100 people on a camp stove and, 2 folding tables. But I think we all got there, so thank you very much.
Congratulations. Congrats, Adam. And now, without further ado, Rags, you please announce our 2025 Chef's Challenge champion.
Adam Knopfsinger is our champion, 2025.
Congrats, Adam.
You got the double header going. Adam, congratulations. Here you go. What do you have to say? What else do you have to say?
Nothing. It was just, this is a surprise, seeing the way these guys worked and hearing their dishes. I didn't taste them, so I can't speak to the execution or the seasoning, but as we were over there cleaning up, being the first ones to go, and as they were speaking about their dishes, dropping it off with the risotto and the pork, and then that just Indian feast we had from Eric. Everything I heard, I thought, oh, I should have done that. That's such a good idea. Oh, that sounds delicious. I wish I'd have done that. And I'm thinking about my own. So it's a surprise and obviously an honor to be, up here competing with these professionals. And at the end of the day, none of it's about our ego. It's all about what they're doing at the community kitchen and feeding our community and, being a part of Monroe County and Bloomington and all of that. So just happy to represent the Uptown and have a little fun out here and, enjoy ourselves before all the kids get back to town.
Let's give it up for our contestants again. Thank you. Here we go, chefs. Congrats, Adam. All right, folks, if you got a silent auction item, don't forget to pick it up and pay for it. Both of those steps, please. Pay for it on the way out and pick it up. But again, thank you to everyone for coming out. Let's give a big round of applause to our judges. That could not have been easy. So thank you very much. And again, to Vicki and Jim from the Community Kitchen, thank you. Thanks again to all of our contestants. Thanks to Throckmorton's for putting on a great show tonight. Rags, it was so much fun working with you.
Eric, right back at you.
It was awesome.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a great night. Drive safe. Tip your bartenders.